Okay, it's 11:35, so we will get started. And appreciate each of you coming back to be with us. And this is our community meeting. And everyone knows who I am, Princess Lucas Wilson. And I am the chair of the Criminal Justice Law Enforcement Committee and also the third vice president. And I'd like to start off with prayers, thoughts and prayers for the victims of the mass shootings that we've experienced as a society these past couple of weeks. And, we have a lot of discussion about gun rights versus gun reform. And organizations like the NAACP, we work to keep communities safer and work on various legislative issues locally and also on a federal level. And of course, we know, laws are passed or not passed depending who's in office. So it's very important to get out to vote. So in our meeting today, we're going to hear a bit about our membership process from Juanita Pearson. She's our secretary who does just a phenomenal job keeping up with all the memberships and processing them. And memberships are the lifeblood of the NAACP. And when we look at issues, in society that we would like to improve or things we want to improve in our own lives, we need to, think about those organizations that work to make life better. And we'll also hear from Dr. Westenberg on the importance of voting and initiatives that she works on. And she does a phenomenal job of engaging the community related to voting rights, voting access, et cetera. So those are the two areas that we plan to share with you. And you will also have an opportunity to ask any questions at the end of each piece of information. There'll also be a few announcements today. And so to get started, Juanita, would you like to start? Oh, I see we have Pamela Neal on the line.
Hi, Pam.
Good morning. I apologize, but I'm not camera ready today.
Oh, that's okay. That's
so
fine.
Hopefully my photo will suffice.
Yes, it's a beautiful photo.
Yes.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, so were you able to hear the intro a bit?
No, I just heard the part, the last part. So no, I'm sorry. But I don't want you to backtrack. I can just listen in.
Okay, I won't backtrack. I'll just share what we'll be discussing today. The first piece of information you'll receive is about our membership process, because membership is the lifeblood of our organization. And the second category of information you'll hear about is related to voting access. And then we have a few announcements about the Juneteenth. And I just, basically kind of, reminded us that organizations like the NAACP work on various issues related to public safety, social justice, et cetera. And that with the recent mass shootings, it's all connected. We need to see what we can do in our individual communities. So something like that was part of the introduction.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Juanita, do you want to start?
Sure. I don't have a lot to share, but and I kind of prepare for this at the last minute, so you have to excuse me. I have a lot going on, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about membership. And I am the secretary, and I do handle all of the memberships that are processed. And we do have, I'll just kind of give you, first I'll give you 5 reasons to join the NAACP. and a few more reasons behind that. But for one, it's the fight for freedom is not free. Your membership will help fund initiatives and programs to support our mission of racial equality and equal justice. A membership in the NAACP is your opportunity to give back to the organization that has done more to change this country for the betterment of people of color, women, and the disenfranchised than any other in the nation's history. And three, your membership in the NAACP makes you a part of a force of 300,000 people who stand for the freedoms guaranteed in our nation's Constitution. Four, your membership in the NAACP makes a direct and positive impact in your community when you join your local branch. Five, your membership in the NAACP will give you access to our upcoming benefits program that provides discounts on products and services across the country. And it also allows you to work with activists and organizers in local NAACP branches, organize marches, rallies, and direct action campaigns to bring attention to local issues, support access to quality education, healthcare, economic opportunities, and advocate for laws and policies to improve your community. And so at this time in our Maricopa County branch, we have 316 active members, and that doesn't include, let's see, I believe I just processed around 16 more memberships. So that will be in addition to those 316. And there's a breakdown that has the adult memberships at 112, Silver Life memberships 91, and Life memberships at 66. And the costs for those memberships are, for an adult membership, it is $30. We also have the Silver Life membership, which is at $750. That can be paid in installments of $75 or more, or until, up until it's paid in full. And we have a Gold Life membership and a Diamond Life membership. And so memberships, they are important, and they do help us with a lot of things that we need to do as far as trying to give back. Trying to help us fund our initiatives and programs to support our mission. And I also want to talk about, we do have a couple of events coming up, and this is for the Juneteenth events. We have two events that are coming up. One is in Phoenix, and it will be held at Eastlake Park. And that is on Saturday, June 18th from 5 to 10 p.m. And we, the NAACP membership and the Political Action Committee of our branch, we will have a table set up, and so that we can hopefully have people stop by and get information, maybe sign up to become a member of our branch. And the Political Action Committee, they will have someone there, and they can speak to them regarding the committee and some of the things that they're involved with. And I'm inviting anyone who would like to participate and join us at the table. And you don't, if you want, Pam, you can join us also, if you would like.
I am. I'm going to join you.
Well, the other Pam Neal.
Oh.
You're also welcome to join us if you feel up to it. And we also have another event, and it's at Scottsdale Community. It's the Scottsdale Community Juneteenth celebration. It's on a Sunday on June 19th from 2 to 7 p.m. And it's at the Scottsdale Stadium. And they will have, and let me give you the address of that, which is 7408 East Osborne Road, and that's in Scottsdale, 85251. And they will have vendors, exhibits, entertainment, et cetera, as well as the event at Eastlake Park. They will also have vendors, events, et cetera. And just an FYI, the tabling is on the inside at East Lake Park, so that you won't be out in the sun. So that makes it, I think, a little bit more nicer. So if anyone is interested, they can join us at that table or just come to the event.
Okay, well, thank you.
You are welcome.
Thank you so much. And it was great detail about our membership and the number of memberships we have, et cetera. And also a great encouragement for joining the NAACP. All right, well, thank you. Next is Dr. Westenberg, who's our first vice president as well as chair of the Political Action Committee. So Dr. Westenberg.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to piggyback on the Juneteenth event, especially the one at East Lake Park, because it is a historical one this year. It is the case that Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego, along with the Phoenix City Council, unanimously approved Juneteenth as an official city holiday on February 2nd, 2022. Most city and federal employees will now have the day off as a paid holiday. As it has been stated, it will be celebrated at East Lake Park on Saturday the 18th, and the holiday is Monday, June 20th. So please do join us. At the table, we will have information pertaining to the primary election that is coming up. One of the things that we need to be cognizant of is that the primary election feeds into the midterm elections on election day in November. The very first ballots that are going to be mailed to the military will go out on June 18th. Voter registration deadline for that is July 5th. The ballots will be mailed and drop boxes available on July 6th. The last day to request a ballot by mail is July 28th. And the last day to mail back your ballot is July 26th. The election day is on August the 2nd. We need to pay very close attention to those primary elections because those are the individuals and the times when you will need to say whether you're going to function as a Democrat or a Republican and determine who will be on the ballot for November. And so you need to be involved in the precursor part of it and not wait until the election on November 11th for the general election, because you may find on that ballot individuals that are not receptive to some of the concerns about which we are concerned about at this particular time in history. Some of those that will be impacted are the ban on abortions. However you feel about it, decisions are going to be made by those individuals who step into that position. The repeal of Obamacare, the raising of middle-class taxes, the cut of taxes on corporations for corporations and billionaires, and the cut for Social Security and Medicare, as well as gun regulations. And given the current events, we know that these are all issues about which we are concerned. And so we should not wait until the general election. You need to participate in the primary election to make sure that you have those individuals on the ballot that you would like to see there that will promote those concepts that you advocate. The next thing is that in the mail, you are receiving literature about voting. I would dare say that everything that you get, you take the time and look at it very closely. You want to make sure if you are an early ballot or mail-in ballot recipient that you still have that status. And in that document, it will tell you where to go to find out and confirm that you are there. And I would dare say that you do that several times leading up to the election. As has been stated earlier, yes, there are changes in your precinct as a result of the redistricting based on the census. We are finding ourselves in different legislative districts. I was in Legislative District 20. I'm now in Legislative District 2, but still in King's precinct where I vote. So you want to make sure that you research all of that so that you know for whom you are voting and for what location you are voting, which school district, etc. So look at that literature very, very closely. Just don't rip it up or put it in the trash and let it go. And then I think the only other thing that I want to mention is that it's slightly removed, but it is the same thing. The HBCU College Fair, Historically Black College University Fair, is being planned for September. It is an annual event that has been done for 30 years. We're looking for it to be done in person. We need to be aware of that because our historically Black colleges are being attacked, as well are our PWIs. When we think in terms of critical race theory, that is a concept that is being used by a particular cohort, and they feel that certain criteria should not be taught. The banning of books, some of the books that we have enjoyed reading and authors about whom we know are being pulled from the shelves of libraries. And also our historically Black colleges have been attacked. And so if you want to know a little bit more about those institutions and just to support them, please do consider attending it. It's the last Wednesday of September, and information will be going out shortly about that. And that concludes my report.
Okay, well, thank you, Dr. Westenberg, for your report. And I'll just reiterate some of the important information that you gave related to being vigilant about your mail, what you get in the mail, because things have changed. And thank you for sharing the fact that your precinct has changed. And you know, it's great, you know, where you are now. And so that's a way of, you know, a testament to being vigilant about, you know, opening your mail and looking at those mailings that we get. And thank you for stressing the importance of the primary elections. Those are very important. Sometimes people don't always think that they're as important as they really are. So thank you for that information. Okay, that,
I had a question.
yes. Mhm.
And it's actually for Dr. Westenberg. And I'm glad you brought up the mail and make sure you check your mail. I received this yesterday, actually, and I opened it. And how do you know what you're receiving is, I guess, legitimate? Or I received something from the Center for Voter Information located on 35th Avenue. And it has a long suite number. And it just says that according to our review of publicly available records, someone at this address may not be registered to vote. And both of us are registered to vote. And how do you know that it's legitimate? You know, should you fill things out and send them back in? I'm not, because we are registered, but for other people who receive these types of things.
I would Google it and go directly into the voter registration site and make sure that you're in there rather than just mail that's coming in like that. Because to say that they are questioning whether you are registered is very suspicious to me. So I would Google it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and we know there's been shenanigans in the
Registration,
past
Exactly.
targeting certain communities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's my point. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because you don't know what information they're really trying to get. And
exactly, exactly. And I'm gonna get the exact address. I should know that off the top of my head, but I'll have it for you before this meeting is over. Okay?
Okay,
What you need to Google.
all right.
and they also included in that, there's a QR code too, where you can register online, it says here. So again, if people don't know, they may, I don't know, actually scan that QR code, and I don't know where it would take them.
Yeah,
So
I typically go into, and this is with everything, I go directly to voter registration
Mhm,
for Arizona, for the state.
mhm. Yeah,
Got that link. Mhm.
okay, so I just wanted to put that out there, for people.
Yeah, because did you say it came from the Center for Voter Information?
Yes.
Okay, because I received that too. I have it here.
Okay.
I have it here, and I have not acted on that at all. It says the Maricopa County Recorder. And what I would do before I do that, I would just go in Google and go to the link there and handle whatever adjustments that you need to have made there if it isn't correct through that source, rather than doing it. This is what you probably catch, so probably what you receive.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, and on that subject, I've received a few emails too, saying similar things,
Yeah.
and even the print looks different,
Yeah.
it's kind of different looking. So, it gives you pause.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and I believe it's better to be safe than sorry. So,
Correct.
we can just check that information for ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, are there any questions about what's been discussed so far? So our Q&A segment. Pam, you have any questions or comments? Pam Neal?
Yes. Well, I just think, everything that was presented well. I really liked what the organization was all about, and, getting that information, if we can get it, to give out to, other organizations, because I work with other organizations, and I think if they know the purpose behind your mission, then that would, help to maybe, help with membership, or as far as membership goes. Because a lot of times when I ask people about the NAACP and what they know about it, they don't really know much about it. No one has really been to meetings or anything like that. They'll say, well, I'm a member, but have you been to a meeting? Do you know what they're talking about? So no one really knows. So for me, it was very informative, the information that I've received, and receiving information ahead of time regarding the events and things that are going on. I appreciate that as well, because I usually get emails or text messages about things at the last minute, and then it's like, oh, forward this to people. But you've known about it for how long, and I haven't known about it. So anyway, I thought everything was presented well, and I just had asked Juanita if we were able to maybe get something. She said that this would be recorded, but even if you had like a little postcard or something that we can hand to people or something, I don't know. I just think that would be good, because a lot of people don't really know anything.
Okay, we have a listserv, and we send out information and notifications weekly. So that's a good way for members to find out information. I appreciate your comments about, people not knowing, what we do and not being aware of what we do. And the NAACP nationally and locally, and we have 9 branches. So, we're very engaged and, do quite a bit. And a lot of the areas we work in has to do with systems change, trying to change those big systems. For instance, I'm chair of criminal justice and law enforcement. And, there's some things I do with the law school, with Phoenix PD, Tempe PD, et cetera. And we do a newsletter, and we publicize some of the things that we have done. But we will continue to think about the best way to let folks know, what we do, and to inform them in terms of how to find out what we do. We also have a website where we post information as well. But I appreciate your comments and your perspectives. Anyone else?
And Pam, I think you said you are on our listserv. You do receive those weekly updates, or if
Right,
not,
I do. And that's
okay.
how I found out about the meeting today. So I really appreciate that.
Okay.
And that's why I was like, okay, I want to try to get there today to make sure that I know more about the organization. So thank you for that.
Mhm.
And I want to say one more thing, Pam. When the Freedom Fund dinner came around, Pam is also always good at trying to steer me toward other organizations to see if they're interested in,
Okay.
whatever event we're having, the Freedom Fund dinner, whatever. So she's always throwing some names out there for me.
Okay, good.
So, and we did have someone who purchased the table because of Pam. So
Okay.
she's always trying to help me with, whatever it is that we may be doing. And so I appreciate that, Pam, a lot.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much, Pam. Thank you.
Pamela, you said that you are affiliated with a number of organizations. Do you mind sharing what some of those organizations are?
No, not at all. NFBPA, the National Forum of Black Public Administrators. I've been a part of their organization for several years. I used to serve on the board, but I'm no longer on the board, but I am still a member because I believe in the work that they're doing. I'm also a part of the Arizona Black Law Enforcement. So they have a new president currently, Latasha Hampton, and she's really trying to get active and be a part of the community as well. So I'm trying to tell her about your organization as well, so that she'll know, and maybe you all can partner and do some things together. But yes, I'm a part of that. And then the other one is the Arizona Alliance of Black School Educators. So I'm a part of that organization as well, because I was I'm a retired probation officer. I worked for Maricopa County for about 20 years, but I retired 12 years ago, and I've been a school probation officer. So I work with schools in the Roosevelt School District and with South Mountain High School. We do a program called Teen Court. So that's how I'm involved with the teacher organization. So I know they are having a teacher leadership summit coming up just recently too, for the teachers, if you all are interested. And in September, they also have a conference that they're doing for Arizona Black law enforcement. And they are looking to hear from voices from the community about the things that are going on within the community that maybe officers can help with, or a way that they can connect and not be so disconnected from the community. So yeah.
Okay, well, thank you on the,
Pamela, as you were speaking.
and as you finished, Dr. Westenberg, I just had something to say, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, as you shared that, Ms. Juanita, I was thinking, we do have organizational memberships. And maybe something that we could move into is really push for those organizational memberships, with each organization having a designated person who is an NAACP representative who would come to our meetings monthly and share information back into their organization as a result of having attended. For example, the 3 organizations that she mentioned, if each one were to become an organizational member and then have a designated person on their agenda who would come to our community meetings each month and filter information back into the organizations about the NAACP.
Yes, and on that note, we have been considering that type of membership with Noble, the
Mhm.
National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives. And right now, Lieutenant Johnson is the president. And so that's in progress for that organization. And with kind of each thing that you mentioned, Pam, we have programs related to each area. Our educational chair is on the line, and we have a back to school program, stay in school program. So there's a lot of interconnection, and it takes all of us, and the more of us, the better. So there's some great information about the organizations that you're a part of, and the administrative group I'm familiar with as well. So that's great information. So thank you. And I don't know, Pam Cowling, if you wanted to add anything.
Yes, I was thinking, Pam, if you would get that information to Juanita about the meeting that is going to be happening, I think you said in September, with the Black educators here. That sounds interesting. We certainly need to be a part of that.
Okay, will do. And it's actually in June. It's
Oh,
going to be
June.
June 15th and 16th. And it's going to be held at Pilgrim Rest. They
Okay,
have a gym, so it's going to be held in the gym. But they will have workshops and presenters and all of that. So I know they had a recruitment out where they were looking for presenters. So I think you all would have been a great organization to be a presenter. I don't know if their presenter spots are all full, but I will check into that. I'll let them know. And if that's something that you would want to do, then I will definitely let them know. Because
Pam, do you have to register? Do you have to register for it?
Yeah, they have registration open and everything, right? Correct.
Okay. Okay, you'll send that information
I
to
will.
Juanita. Thank you
Yes,
so
I
much.
will. I'll make sure she gets it today.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
thank you for joining us today.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you so
excited. I'm
much.
glad that I did join because I learned a lot. Like I said, just in the few minutes. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, pass it on. You
I
know, for
will.
those you run into people that, you know, say they don't know what we do, you know, share a bit of about what you've learned today. And I just wanted to check with Carla to see if you had anything to add before we end, Carla.
And hi, Carla.
Hi, Pam. How are you?
Good.
Good, good, good. So yeah, this is a great I think collaboration as a result of this meeting. We've identified some other organizations that we can definitely look to collaborate with in the future and increase our participation in our community meetings. So that's a goal that we have as an organization, to increase the interest and the attendance at these community meetings. So I think this is a great start.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Pam, for attending. And I do know there's a holiday coming up, so it may be a lot of people out of town. So it could be why we don't have a few more online for
Sure.
this meeting. But yeah, thank you for showing up and not going out of town.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the invitation. Like I said, it was excellent. And I've always wanted to know more and just didn't know. And so now I know, and I'm definitely going to make sure that I share it with everyone I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
And again, thank you for bringing such value to our meeting with the things that you have shared with us. So we appreciate it.
Can I say one more thing? And Pam, if you know anyone, I mean, and they may not even be a member, but if they would like to be added to our listserv to receive the updates, and maybe they'll consider joining at one point. So if you know someone that maybe would like to receive the emails and join us in some of the future events that we have.
Okay, will do. I'll definitely share it with people.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, that concludes our meeting. If we don't have anything else to share. Again, thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day, and stay safe and stay hydrated.
Very good.